Okay, hi everybody. This is Dr. Group with Global Healing, and today I'd like to give everybody an update. I've been spending hours upon hours upon hours talking to some of the top doctors in the nation. I've talked to Dr. Batar, we've talked to Dr. Zach Bush, and many integrative doctors out there, and we are definitely in agreement that there is a lot of misinformation coming from the media. We feel that our health freedom is in jeopardy right now, and we're all trying to gather together to give everybody the truth, to let everybody know how they can support their own immune system, how they can keep their body strong, and how to address the root cause of different types of illnesses that are out there right now. And our goal is really to, and has been for a long time, is to make America healthy again. And really just give everybody the tools that they need so they can create a healthy life within themselves. And we're always focused our attention around the root cause of disease and the root cause of situations that might affect us. Right now, our constitutional rights in this country are under siege. And, it's normally I'm, doing videos about health, but in this case, I am really wanting to educate people on what's currently going on in America, what has been going on in America for a long time. And I uncovered this 20 years ago when I started going down that rabbit hole and was on a research team looking at the root cause of disease. And when you look at all of the chemicals and toxins in the air that we breathe, and you trace those back to the companies that are involved, the people that are involved, and then you look at all of the chemicals and toxins in the food supply and the beverages that we drink, and it's not a fun rabbit trail to go down because it completely changes your mind about who's in control, and you follow the money and you follow the power. And so I've been fighting against that my whole life. Letting people know how dangerous fluoride is, and bromide, and GMO foods, and toxins in the air, and the geoengineering that's been going on, and the bioweapon creation that's been happening, and the vaccines, the toxins in the vaccines, and the list goes on and on and on. And if you just do your own research, and if you take the time to look at the research and not believe every single thing that the media is saying, you will understand, and you'll be able to open up to a whole nother reality. All you really need to know about the media is Project Mockingbird. And if you look into that, you'll understand that every single thing that they say is given to them by the CIA. Now, I believe we are making good strides to change all that. And if we stand together and just put our egos away and our logos away, and we really focus on getting this information to as many people as we can, that's kind of what we want to do. We want to come together and be one unified. Everybody has their own thing that they're doing, and that's understandable, but we really need to create more unity and be able to have that unity standing forward. And that's why we're really supporting Stand for Health Freedom. And Stand for Health Freedom is an organization that is really behind everything that we're all about, and many of the other integrative and functional medicine and natural practitioners are about, and that's the truth, getting the truth out. So I'm going to go into that in a little bit more detail here in a second. But if you look at society, everything starts from being healthy. The health of our people is the health of the nation. And from the people that I've talked to, everybody is sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I know you've heard that statement before, but it's true. How many people do you know that are depressed, that are in a state of fear, that are suffering from health conditions, whether it's skin disorders or headaches or diabetes or cancer or whatever? It's sad that we've had the solutions for all of these things for years and years and years. There's so much pressure and so much aggression as far as the pharmaceutical goes, the big oil and gas, the big agriculture, on the lobbyists and on the government, and the donations to the RNC, the donations to the DNC. I mean, this whole conglomerate is basically destroying our health in America, and not only in America, all over the world. Insurance premiums have skyrocketed. Deductibles are through the roof. Patient satisfaction's at an all-time low. We spend $1.5 trillion every year on healthcare. American death rate from drugs, alcohol, mental disorders has tripled since 1980, almost quadrupled. The opioid crisis is a pandemic. Disease is a pandemic. Nearly 70% of Americans take at least one prescription medication every single day, and half of Americans take more than two. America is ranked number 50 out of 55 countries when it comes to disease management. It's one of the worst, and that was according to the Bloomberg Index. In 2018, there were over 67,000 drug overdose deaths in the United States. Medical errors are the third leading cause of death. I mean, not only are we sick and our freedom under attack, we need, or what I'm suggesting is that we focus on 4 different areas to improve this. And that's for once, addressing the root cause of America's health problems, or addressing the root cause of America's health situations. Establishing greater freedom of choice in healthcare. When I say freedom of choice in healthcare, that means you get to go to whoever you want to go to, whether it's an acupuncturist, whether it's a functional medicine doctor, whether it's a massage therapist, a chiropractor. We have freedom of choice in medicine. We don't have to accept a vaccine if we don't want one. We don't have to be forced into the insurance conglomeration of them telling us where we need to go and how to do it. And insurance would cover integrative or functional medicine or natural medicine just as much as it would cover allopathic medicine. I'm not about moving people and changing their mindset and saying you have to do it this way or that way. What I'm about is freedom of choice. I believe everybody should have a choice. You should be able to choose whether or not you want to go the natural route or the chemotherapy route. I mean, I know what I would choose. My other suggestion is for us, and this is not only mine, but this is the suggestion of a lot of the doctors out there, is that we create and appoint an independent wellness advisory board in the government under the president that has no ties to the pharmaceutical companies. It's a volunteer basis. I would be happy to volunteer for that, and I know many doctors out there that would be happy to volunteer for that, to look into and provide all the research that we've gathered for the last 25 years on the negative effects of all these chemicals and these electromagnetic frequencies and all these things that are disrupting our water and our oxygen and our health and our environment. Our current healthcare system, the way it is right now, does not align with promoting wellness. It doesn't align with prevention-based medicine. It treats the symptoms of disease, not the root cause. It doesn't allow you to pursue other options outside of drugs and surgery. As a matter of fact, it discounts wellness. It censors wellness. It censors us from being able to share all the people that we've healed. Actually, not we've healed, they've healed themselves, because a true definition of a doctor is a teacher. We teach people how to heal themselves. We teach them how to change their lifestyle. We teach them why they have disease to begin with. That's how you really change somebody's life, is by educating them, by showing them the chemicals and toxins they're putting in their body every single day, by teaching them how to detoxify and keep their bodies clean, by teaching them mindfulness and meditation to deal with stress and different types of mental conditions. We have to focus on the root cause if we're going to get better as a country. So we've suggested This advisory board, multiple scenarios that we would like to address. First is the phasing out of toxic chemicals. We would like to review and replace as many as possible of all the endocrine disrupting chemicals, all the organ toxic, human-made synthetic chemicals like herbicides, VOCs, fire retardants, pesticides, phthalates, all of these toxic chemicals that are destroying the earth, glyphosate, destroying our ecosystem, destroying our soil, destroying our bodies. We want to pass laws to give tax advantages to farmers and give the general public the ability to grow their own food. Pass laws to give companies tax advantages who produce non-VOC chemicals, adhesives, and things like that, paints. We want to pass federal laws to require proper labeling of GMOs and genetically engineered foods, educate people on the dangers, review the production of all GE crops, reduce the herbicide and pesticide use. We know the gut flora is tied to the soil. We know the microbiome is the most important thing. We breathe in bacteria and viruses and breathe out bacteria and viruses every single day, and fungus and mold and all that. We need a balanced ecosystem in ourselves. We need a balanced ecosystem in the soil. We want to phase out toxic food and beverages. We want to review and study and produce the documentation that shows that all artificial ingredients, sweeteners, colors, dyes, chemicals, refined sugars, alcohol, MSG, preservatives, prescription drug residue, antibiotics, all of these are used in foods, in food lots, in meat, in pig farms. And all these compounds are added to our food and drink. We want to be able to provide this research through an independent advisory board to the government to make sure that we can publish this stuff so everybody can see our results. We want to research and publish the risks of vaccines. We want to allocate funding and appoint third-party research teams with no ties to the pharmaceutical companies to evaluate the safety and effectiveness of vaccines and flu shots, especially study the effects of unvaccinated children versus vaccinated children. Listen, I know that this is a controversial topic out there, and every time I see somebody, I tell them, watch Del Bigtree's stuff. Go to Truth About Vaccines with Charlene Bollinger and Ty Bollinger. Watch their videos. Andrew Wakefield. All of the it's not anti-vaccine, it's actually vaccine education. It's learning about it. No one is trying to say anti-vaccination. I mean, vaccination, we should have the ability to choose. We should use homeoprophylaxis, which is an immune system education program towards infectious contagious disease. Dr. Lee Cowden has great information on that. These are all of the things that are causing us damage and causing the earth damage. We want to bring the attention and eliminate all of the toxic public water supply. We want to establish a team of scientists focused on cleaning up the water supply. We want to get the fluoride out, the chlorine out, the fluoride, which is damaging and calcifying our pineal gland, damaging all of our endocrine system. We want to look at ozone as an active disinfectant or hydroperoxide technology. We want to get rid of all the herbicide residue in water. We want to get rid of all the prescription drug residue in water, the heavy metals, the fracking compounds, all of the chemicals and toxins in our water supplies. We want to protect everybody against the harmful EMFs. We want to educate people about the harmful effects of 5G. We want a team of independent scientists to review all the Wi-Fi, smart meters, cell phones, 5G, cell phone towers. We already have all that research. All of the independent scientists, all the people out there that have devoted hours and hours and hours of their days, the whistleblowers that are coming forward. We want this advisory committee to stand for health, freedom, and educate more people on these issues without censorship. We want to eliminate all the toxic air. In the last 10 years, respiratory disease has moved from 8th to the 3rd highest cause of death. Asthma rates have doubled. Alzheimer's been linked to aluminum poisoning. We have aluminum everywhere. It's being sprayed on us through the geoengineering programs to cool the earth. We have to be able to expose this. We have to be able to get this out. We want to be able to teach people how to balance out the microbiome and get rid of all the harmful organisms, the parasites. All of the functional medicine doctors, myself included, we all know that overgrowth of imbalanced harmful organisms affect your ability to absorb nutrients, water. They weaken your vital organs. They pollute your body with waste. They impair your immune system. We want to educate people on the importance of cleansing these harmful organisms out of your body, reducing your exposure to them. A harmful organism is any unwanted bacteria, virus, mycoplasm, prions, mold, fungus, all kinds of different things that are attacking us these days because our bodies aren't in the proper condition. Our self-healing mechanism isn't activating enough. We want to educate people about dentistry. We want to bring clinical awareness and science that shows what happens in the mouth is what happens in the body. And what happens in the body is reflected in the mouth. There is a relationship between your teeth with all of the organs. And we are doing everything wrong in dentistry by putting mercury fillings in people's mouths, by doing root canals. There are safe alternative options available. We want to subsidize and teach organic agriculture, biodynamic agriculture, quantum dynamic agriculture, using sound and structured water and different types of light technologies and magnetics, paramagnetic soil modification, repairing our soil, educating farmers, taking care of farmers that can grow us good, live, high vibrational foods. And ladies and gentlemen, we have to start protecting our children. Our children are being taught the wrong ideals and being labeled with mental conditions. They're being put on psychiatric medications at an alarming rate. We need to establish guidelines to teach children how to read a label, teach children how to calm themselves down through meditation and mindfulness. Stop feeding the children all the refined sugars and all the toxins and excitotoxins that are controlling their mind and their brain. Stop giving children massive amounts of vaccinations before their immune systems are even developed. Focus on diet, education, spiritual development, personal development. We want to overhaul the EPA, the FDA, the FCC, the CDC, the USDA, all of those 3- and 4-letter government organizations that are corrupt, completely corrupt. We need to remove and replace anybody in those organizations that has any ties to toxic corporate entities and establish new regulations based on the root cause of disease and preventing any toxic compound from entering society and contaminating the earth. And you know what? We need to stop the censorship of information that is restricting our right of free speech. And we need to support and educate the local sheriffs and law enforcement. The sheriff is the highest elected official in the country. And I just learned this not too long ago. The sheriff has the authority to stop any unlawful and unconstitutional action of the federal government, the state government, the county government. The county sheriff is the upholder, defender, protector, and servant of our constitutional rights in where we live. And Sheriff Mack is leading and teaching our law enforcement agencies the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, as well as American citizens. So please join Sheriff Mack today and support. The sheriffs can stop the mandatory vaccinations. They can stop the installation of 5G. They can protect us. They can protect our freedom and protect our rights. Go to CSPOA, that's Sheriff Mack's organization, and please support and donate to his organization. And I'm not sitting here saying this today because I'm red or because I'm blue, and none of these doctors and anybody care about one party or the other. We're Americans. We're red, white, and blue. We're for unity. We're for the truth, and we're to get the solutions out to the public that can change this world and change America back into the free country that our forefathers put together. Freedom is about being free within the society from oppressive restrictions imposed upon us by any authority on our life, on our behavior, on our political views. I mean, those parties were created anyway to divide people. You know, we're Americans. We want our freedom. So, we need your help. What's our plan to restore America? For all of us to share as much of this information as we can with as many people as we can. Support Stand for Health Freedom, which is a nonprofit organization and is dedicated to protecting the basic natural rights, constitutional rights, and parental rights. The Digital Advocacy Center launched in 2019, and it lets Americans take a stand on issues that matter by giving them direct contact with their elected officials and others in position of influence. We want to do more grassroots campaigns. It's time that we all come together. Now is a critical time. We have seen every single one of us that's been shouting from the rooftops about the censorship that's happening. Let me just tell you, if you're getting censored on YouTube, that's the kind of news that you should be watching, okay? We're the ones that always look at the mainstream media, what's being printed in the newspapers, what's being said on the news, and we go 5 steps further and actually track it back and see if that's actually true or not. And I can tell you this, if you watch Out of Shadows, if you watch any of these great doctors, Dr. Judy talking about vaccinations, all of these individuals that are talking about giving you the real truth of what's going on when it comes to viruses, when it comes to pandemics, when it comes to natural health, when it comes to GMOs, when it comes to 5G, when it comes to toxic dentistry, when it comes to anything that these great doctors and these great scientists have uncovered. That is all the information that we need to share with everybody, and everything starts with education. When a patient understands why they have the disease or why they have what they're suffering from, and then they understand what they need to do to reactivate their body's self-healing mechanism so they can be strong again, then that individual can live in a state of hope and faith, and then they can live in no fear. Do you know fear instantaneously drops the immune system by 50%? What do you see on the mainstream media every single day? Fear, 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 fear. There's a hidden agenda. Follow the money, follow the power. Watch all these great doctors' videos. Help us out as much as you possibly can by spreading these videos to as many people as you can. And just know that every single day, we're all fighting for your health freedom.